Right then folks, Greeno here. Where am I today? Well, I'm still in the good old US of A, but I'm in New Jersey today, not New York. Heading off to another destination to film some stuff later in the day or tomorrow. Why have I stopped here in the middle of New Jersey? Well, just above my shoulder there, you can see a sign for Burger King. Now, Burger King back home in the UK is one of my favourite fast food places. Love a Whopper. And I think the fries are pretty good too. So I thought, while I'm here in the States, why not come over here, see how things compare. Maybe I'll get a Whopper here, see how that is compared to what's back home, but see what's new and interesting on the menu here that we can't get back in the UK. So let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? I like a Burger King. Come on. Right then folks, so I've come in and I've already placed an order. Been up to the machines and taken care of that, although the guy behind the counter was kind enough to say to me that if I was having any problems with it, he'd come and help me out, so that was kind. What have I ordered? Well, I've gone with a double Whopper. Like I say, one of my favourite things back home is the Whopper. Got to give it a try here. I've also gone with something called a fiery big fish, which is like a fish burger with a spicy coating. That sounds interesting to me. And then we've gone with a bacon and Swiss Royal Crispy. That's a burger with chicken and Swiss cheese and bacon. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? To go with that, I've gone with something called medium halvesies. Now, from what I can work out on the screen there, it's basically a portion of fries and onion rings mixed together. We'll give it a try. And a drink, I've asked for a medium high C fruit punch. Never had that before. I think it's a drink that's made by Coca-Cola, so yeah, it is what it is. But something nice and fruity and sweet should go with this nicely. Right, just waiting for my order to be called out now, and then we'll sit down and go through it. Right then folks, so I have my order here in front of me. Let me run you through what I've got here. So we have the double Whopper, a classic. We get this back home. It feels possibly a little more substantial than the one we get back home though. Next here we have this fiery big fish. So it's in a fairly regular looking bun. I guess the fiery is going to be in the coating on the fish there. I think there's tartar sauce in there, salad, that kind of thing. And then this represents a meal. So we have this chicken Swiss with bacon and all that kind of good stuff in there. And this, which is the fries and onion rings mixed together. And my high C fruit punch in what appears to be a small bucket. Now, talking you through the price of this actually, before we get going. The double Whopper is $8.39, which I think is about £6.50, roughly. The fiery big fish is $6.89, which is probably about £5. And then this meal here has come to $13.09, so maybe a tenner, something along those lines. Subtotal for everything, $28.17. Bit of sales tax on top, takes it to $30.04. So that's probably in the low 20s, I guess, sterling. Not too bad, I don't think. I'm going to start with this high C fruit punch though. This I'm really interested to try. It's flat, like a squash. It has that kind of very synthetic fruity flavour. It kind of reminds me a little bit of kids' medicine, like Calpol or something. It's not unpleasant. It's very sweet though. It is very sweet. Okay, where am we going to start? Maybe we'll move this end to the next. So we'll start with these onion rings and fries. Now somewhere, I have a little thing here of zesty sauce. Don't know what's in it. Probably just a spicy mayo by the looks of it. So we'll try an onion ring by itself. These are breaded onion rings rather than battered. It's okay. It's obviously just minced onion underneath, rather than a whole piece of onion. But the coating is crispy and not greasy. Not sure about the zesty sauce, not sure how zesty that is. We'll have to try it with a fry. Now, Burger King fries at home I really like. These, they actually don't seem as crispy as the ones back home. That's interesting. They have a good flavour. Just lightly seasoned. Oh, actually, this zesty mayo has got a little bit of poke to it. This is good. Like I say, the fries though could be a little bit better, a bit crispier. Right, another little slurp of this pink medicine. And we're going to move on to the first burger. The bacon and Swiss Royal Crispy. So, we have the bun, we have lettuce and mayo, tomato, bacon, which does look very crispy, and is cheese and the chicken patty at the bottom there. Okay. Lots of stuff in here, isn't there? Let's give this a try. That's good. The thing I really like in here is the cheese. Because it's not a regular American kind of burger cheese, it has a very distinct flavour. Which really does add into the whole thing. God. The chicken itself does appear to be one piece of chicken, like a chicken fillet. And the coating is reasonably crispy. The salad's pretty fresh. That is a pretty good chicken sandwich, chicken burger, however you want to call it. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. Next up, we are going for the fiery big fish. So inside here we have, again, lettuce. This time we have pickles. The fish, which is like a big square fish finger, a bit like you see with the Mackie D's fillet of fish back home. And then some kind of fiery sauce. So, exactly the same bun that the chicken one was on. Let's see how this is. Not bad. So, the sauce there starts out reasonably sweet, but now there is some fire going on. There really is some fire going on. Ooh. The bun itself is reasonably sweet too. The fish is basically like a big fish finger or fish stick if you're in this part of the world. But it's crispy on the outside. Just kind of minced fish inside, I would say. But it has more flavour to the fish than the McDonald's fillet of fish does. Just got some with the pickle there. And that works really nice. It almost gives a sort of tartar sauce vibe to it. That sort of vinegary pickle kind of element. You know what? I think I prefer the chicken one. But this isn't bad. The star of the show for me though is the Whopper. Always been one of my favourite things in Burger King. In fact, in any fast food burger chain. And look at this. Doesn't it look good? We have the seeded bun. We'll take the top off of there. We have the lettuce. We have tomato. We have pickles. And then we have the two patties. As you can see, some steam coming off of there. Oh, and like I say, I do think this is bigger than the one we get at home. I do. Just feels a bit more substantial. Right. Is it going to taste exactly like the one at home though? It pretty much does. You have that flame grilled flavour on the burgers. Now, I'm not convinced that is because they're actually flame grilled, whether it's just something that's added to give that effect. But whatever it is, it works. As always, this would have come with raw onion on, and I asked them to take that off. I just find raw onion overpowers everything. But look at this, look at the cross section of that. That's so tasty. Do you know what? I am going to say, I think it's better than the ones at home. Mostly because it's a bit bigger, I think. More of something good. Can't be a bad thing, can it? That's really, really tasty. Right then, folks. Burger King here in New Jersey, USA. What do I make of that? Well, I gotta say, the 3 burgers I pretty much enjoyed. We'll start with the fish burger. Like I say, that's the one I probably enjoyed the least, but I still really enjoyed it. There was minced fish in there. You expect that, I guess. But the coating was nice. The spicy sauce started sweet, became spicier. I didn't mind that at all. Really, really quite a tasty thing. Not as tasty as that chicken bacon Swiss though. Why can fast food places back home not make crispy bacon? These guys can do it. The bacon was really nice and properly crispy. The chicken, nice coating. I wouldn't say juicy inside, but it certainly wasn't dry. And the salad and everything that went with it was good. The Swiss cheese though, made it. It really did. Then we had the double Whopper. A classic, an absolute classic. Great flavour to it. Of course, very similar to what we'd see back home. It's essentially the same burger, just a little bit bigger. Probably like me by the time I get home at this rate. The one letdown, I think, was the fries and the onion rings. Now, I don't think onion rings in Burger King back home are much cop, to be honest with you, but the fries are generally decent. These were a bit... well, they weren't crispy. Put it that way, weren't crispy. The onion rings were breaded, but it was minced onion inside. Yeah, they were a bit of a letdown. The drink, nice enough. Would I order it again? Probably not. It's just kind of a bit like a fruit squash. You know, like we have Oasis back home, something like that. Give me a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero any time ahead of something like that. So, price-wise, as I already said, the Whopper was $8.39, the Big Fish $6.69, and the meal with the chicken burger, the medium halvesies, half and half, chips and onion rings, and that drink was $13.09, with the tax added on, $30.04, which I think is sort of £22–23. Not really any different to what we'd expect at home, is it? There or thereabouts. How am I going to score it though? It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. There are certain things I enjoyed, certain things I didn't enjoy so much. I'm going to say it's about a 3.6, 3.7, I reckon. Nothing to really elevate it up into the higher echelons. Nothing outstanding, but certainly nothing I didn't really like, apart from possibly the cookery on the fries and those onion rings. So, yeah, 3.7 out of 5. I think that's a fair score. Does it get Greeno's green light? I mean, that's kind of borderline, isn't it? Between green light and amber light. But I think it is just about a green light. I think so. Because the burgers were really tasty. It's just the sides that were a bit of a letdown. Yeah, Greeno's green light for Burger King here in New Jersey. Okay then folks, if you've enjoyed this video looking at Burger King here in the States, then don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help the channel. And if you're new around here and you've enjoyed this video, take a little look around the rest of the US playlist and anything else you like in the vault. If you find a few videos you like, click that subscribe button, ding your bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Right, where to next? Well, I'm on a little bit of a road trip from New York. This is a stop on the way. You'll have to find out where I end up in the next video though. I'll see you then, folks.